Welcome to channel. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. Malware, short for malicious software, is a broad term encompassing a range of threats designed to compromise computer systems and steal data. These threats can range from simple nuisances to highly sophisticated attacks that can cripple entire networks. Each type of malware operates differently, but they all share the same goal: to exploit vulnerabilities for illicit gain. Whether it's through tricking users into downloading malicious software or exploiting weaknesses in software, the end result is often the same: unauthorized access and control. Understanding the different types of malware is crucial to grasping the broader threat landscape. This knowledge helps in developing effective strategies to combat these threats and protect sensitive information. Viruses, perhaps the most well-known type of malware, are malicious programs that attach themselves to legitimate files. Much like a biological virus infects a host cell, they can lie dormant until the infected file is executed, at which point they begin their destructive work. When the infected file is executed, the virus replicates itself, spreading to other files and systems. This can lead to widespread damage, corrupting files and making systems inoperable. Worms, on the other hand, are standalone programs that can self-replicate and spread across networks without the need for human interaction. They are particularly dangerous because they can spread rapidly, infecting large numbers of systems in a short amount of time. They exploit vulnerabilities in operating systems and applications to propagate, often with devastating consequences. The damage caused by worms can be extensive, affecting not just individual systems but entire networks. Trojans, named after the mythical wooden horse, disguise themselves as harmless or even useful software. They often trick users into installing them by masquerading as legitimate programs or files. Once inside a system, they unleash their malicious payload, which can range from stealing sensitive information to providing hackers with remote access. This can lead to significant data breaches and loss of personal information. Ransomware, a particularly insidious form of malware, encrypts the victim's files, rendering them inaccessible. This type of attack can be devastating for individuals and organizations alike, as it can result in the loss of critical data. The attackers then demand a ransom, typically in cryptocurrency, in exchange for the decryption key. Paying the ransom, however, does not guarantee that the files will be restored, and it often encourages further attacks. Spyware operates covertly, monitoring user activity, collecting personal information such as passwords and credit card details, and relaying it back to the attackers. This type of malware can go undetected for long periods, making it particularly dangerous. These are just a few examples of the diverse world of malware. Each type presents unique challenges and requires different strategies to detect and mitigate. As technology advances, so too will the ingenuity of malware creators, leading to new and more sophisticated threats. Staying informed and vigilant is crucial in the ongoing battle against these ever-evolving cyber threats. For decades, the cybersecurity industry has been locked in an ongoing battle with malware. This battle has seen both sides constantly evolving, with hackers and cybersecurity experts engaged in a relentless game of cat and mouse. As hackers develop new and more sophisticated threats, security researchers and software developers strive to create countermeasures. The dynamic nature of this field means that both offensive and defensive strategies are in a constant state of flux. Traditional malware detection methods have relied on a combination of techniques, each with its strengths and limitations. These methods have been the cornerstone of cybersecurity for many years, providing a foundation upon which modern techniques are built. Signature-based detection, one of the earliest methods, involves scanning files and network traffic for known malware signatures. This method has been widely used due to its simplicity and effectiveness against known threats. These signatures are unique strings of code that identify specific malware families. By matching these signatures, antivirus software can quickly and efficiently identify and neutralize threats. While effective against known threats, signature-based detection falls short when faced with new or modified malware. Hackers often tweak their code to create new variants that can slip past signature-based defenses. Heuristic analysis takes a more proactive approach by analyzing the behavior of programs to identify suspicious activities. This method doesn't rely on known signatures, but instead looks for patterns and behaviors that are indicative of malware. This method can detect new malware that hasn't yet been identified and added to signature databases. By focusing on behavior rather than code, heuristic analysis can catch threats that would otherwise go unnoticed. However, heuristic analysis can sometimes generate false positives, flagging legitimate programs that exhibit unusual but harmless behavior. This can lead to unnecessary alerts and potential disruptions in normal operations. Behavior monitoring observes the actions of programs in real time, looking for any deviations from normal activity. This real-time analysis allows for the immediate detection and response to potential threats. This approach is particularly useful for detecting malware that attempts to conceal itself or modify system settings. By continuously monitoring program behavior, it can catch even the most elusive threats. However, behavior monitoring can be resource-intensive and may not be effective against malware designed to remain dormant until specific conditions are met. This means that while it is a powerful tool, it is not without its challenges. These traditional methods, while still relevant, are increasingly being challenged by the rise of sophisticated malware capable of evading detection. As the threat landscape continues to evolve, so too must the methods we use to protect against it. Polymorphism, a technique widely used in modern malware, allows malicious code to change its appearance with each infection, making it incredibly difficult to detect using traditional signature-based methods. Imagine a chameleon, blending seamlessly into its surroundings, constantly shifting its colors to avoid predators. Polymorphic malware operates similarly, altering its code to evade detection by security software. Each time a polymorphic malware spreads, it modifies its own code while retaining its original functionality. This is often achieved through encryption, where the core malicious code remains the same, but the decryption key changes with each iteration. This constant mutation creates a moving target for security software that relies on identifying specific code signatures. The beauty of polymorphism, from a hacker's perspective, lies in its simplicity and effectiveness. By making small changes to their code, malware authors can render their creations virtually invisible to traditional antivirus software. This technique has become increasingly popular in recent years as hackers seek to maximize their chances of remaining undetected for as long as possible. The rise of polymorphic malware has forced the cybersecurity industry to adapt, developing new and more sophisticated detection methods. Behavioral analysis, which focuses on identifying malicious actions rather than specific code signatures, has become increasingly important in combating this evolving threat. Sometimes the best way to stay hidden is to be right out in the open. Hackers often use techniques that blend their activities with normal network traffic. This makes it incredibly difficult to detect any malicious behavior. By mimicking regular user actions, they can avoid raising any alarms. It's like hiding a needle in a stack of needles. Alright, let's dive into something a bit more advanced. Rootkits and Bootkits are some of the most dangerous tools in a hacker's arsenal. These allow attackers to gain persistent access to a system while remaining undetected. And then we have zero-day exploits. These are vulnerabilities that are unknown to the software vendor and therefore unpatched. When a hacker discovers a zero-day exploit, they have a powerful weapon that can be used to infiltrate systems without any warning. It's a constant cat-and-mouse game between hackers and security professionals. Social engineering is one of the oldest tricks in the hacker's playbook, but now it's getting a high-tech upgrade. With the power of artificial intelligence, malware can adapt and learn from its environment. This means it can become more effective over time, mimicking legitimate behavior to avoid detection. It's like giving the malware a brain, allowing it to think and act like a human. Imagine a scenario where malware infiltrates a system without leaving a trace. This is the reality of undetectable malware. Traditional security measures often fail to identify these sophisticated threats. They hide in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to strike. The consequences can be devastating, from data breaches to complete system shutdowns. To combat these advanced threats, a layered approach to cybersecurity is essential. This means using multiple defense mechanisms to protect your systems. Firewalls, antivirus software, intrusion detection systems, and regular security audits work together to create a robust defense. It's like building a fortress with multiple walls and gates, each adding an extra layer of protection. In the ever-evolving landscape of cybersecurity, staying vigilant is crucial. Regularly updating your software, educating yourself and your team about the latest threats, and staying informed about new security technologies can make a significant difference. Remember, the best defense is a proactive one. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay safe.